So today we're going to be building a foundational document that's going to be able to leverage AI agents inside Lewis Howell's business. Now, this guy is a three-time New York Times bestseller, and he also is well known for his podcast, which is School of Greatness. Now, just to be clear, I'm not hired by Lewis. I haven't even read all of his books yet, but here's what I'm going to share with you. I would like to work with Lewis at some point in my career. And here's how I'm going to get my foot in the door. I'm going to be creating a document that's going to be a foundational knowledge base for my whole team of AI agents. So if I actually get in to his system and his teams, I can look like I'm doing the work of 10 to 100 people instead of just one. So I've done this exact same process in other businesses. This has helped me generate over $150,000 in revenue in just 6 months. I'm going to use Lewis as an example to show you how to do the same thing in your business. Okay, so whenever I'm trying to align myself with a high performing individual like Lewis, this guy's got almost 5 million subscribers. So, how do I stand out in a crowd of people that want to work with him? Well, I got to understand who he's trying to sell to better than he does. I got to understand how to connect with those people, and I got to understand what to say to those people. And so that's what we're going to start with today by going through this offer doc. When designing one of these foundational documents, what we want to do is get as much information about the person that we're building it for into the document. And as you can see, Lewis has a ton of information on his website. So whether you're building this for yourself and your own business, or you're building it for a high level profile person like Lewis, the more information we can give the AI, the better. All right, so here we are on our offer document. And I just want to show you that in this document, everything is laid out for you step by step. Even if you don't know how to do text to speech, we're going to give you links for you to be able to get the software to be able to do that, because talking to AI is way better than typing to AI. So step one, we're going to start a new Google document. And then from there, we're going to start taking the information from Lewis's site and pasting it into our custom GPTs to give us outputs and start developing this foundational structure that's going to be the knowledge base that's going to drive his business forward 10x. On the doc, I'm just going to click the link and it's going to open up a Google Doc. Just for my own eyes, I don't do white Google Docs. I do gray ones with white typing. So it matches the agent screen. I like it. Do what you want. So we're in the offer doc. Now I'm going to come back over here to Lewis's website. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go Control A, Control C, and I'm going to come right back over to my offer doc. And I'm going to click on my first agent right here, which is product market fit. So here we are inside of our GPT. That's the product market fit. I'm just going to click get started. And right away, what you're going to notice is that this isn't some normal GPT. It's going to prompt me into what I actually need to give it. All right, marketing maverick, brand boss, entrepreneurial Einstein. Before I go full Sherlock Holmes on your product market, I need a few goals. So it's right there. It's asking me for the website copy. So guess what? I'm just going to Control V. I'm pasting in all of his website copy. I can do his landing pages, his LinkedIn, his YouTube. If he had a VSL, I could put that in here. Any pitch decks. The more information I have, the better this will work. Buckle up, money makers and greatness chasers. So again, I've never done any research on Lewis, but I'm finding out just like you are what he actually does. We sell a personal finance book. I did not know that. It's people with their relationships and money. Okay. Make Money Easy is his book that he just came out with. Personal finance and self-improvement book. Oh, who do we sell to? We sell to people who want more peace and purpose in their financial life, especially those struggling with money, stress, mindset blocks, and the desire to live more freely and abundantly. Man, that sounds good to me. The market, primarily in adults who feel stuck, anxious, uncertain about money, and are looking for more meaningful ways to manage their finances. Mainly likely fans, and so it's making correlations here with growth content, spirituality, mindset coaching, inspirational leaders like Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, and Jay Shetty. Okay, so people that have experienced financial trauma. So for this demo, we're going to move forward at this step. I could go through pages and pages of his LinkedIn, his about page, everything about him being a athlete in his younger days, but I think this is good enough to move forward for this example. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this. We're going to go to our Google Doc and we're just going to paste it in right there. There you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, Control A, Control C, and I'm going to come back over to my original offer document, right? And we're just going to move down. And now we're going to actually create a power offer. All right. So you may be asking, what is a power offer? I learned this from Joel Urway. He was kind of a big deal, still is. We're showing you on this doc to run it through Perplexity. I personally like using Grok, so I'm going to use Grok because Perplexity and Grok are live on the internet and are really good at sourcing information and coming back with what's going to resonate with your specific target market fit. So here we are inside of Grok. You could also use Perplexity if you prefer that one. And I'm going to put his formatting rules in, and then I'm also going to just simply, we're going to paste in what we sell and who we sell it to, and just hit go at it, Grok. And so now this is exactly what it came up with for Lewis. So this is his elevator pitch. That's what's so important is when somebody asks you, what do you do and who do you sell it to? This is your elevator pitch. Here we go. If I could show you how to reduce your money-related stress by 50% in 90 days, build a clear path to financial freedom, and align your finances with your life purpose using our Money Easy system without overwhelming budgets or complex investment strategies, would you be open to hearing more? So I wonder if you ask Lewis, hey man, what do you do? If he can recite that like that, that's a power offer. So whether you're trying to land a client as high level as Lewis, or you're just trying to land your next client for your specific offer, if you get pushed into an elevator and Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban are on each side of you from Shark Tank, and one of them looks at you and asks, what do you do? You have to have this on lock to be able to make what you do, who you sell it to, and how you solve their pain and problems roll right off your tongue. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I just copied it from Grok. And of course, this is something that you can refine and turn into your own words. Super important that it rolls off of your tongue. But for Lewis, here's his elevator pitch. If he was on Shark Tank, going right here, this is going to be power offer. There we go. Now we're on to more cut and pasting. So we're going to take the power offer, Control A, Control Copy. We're going to come back over to our offer doc. We're going to come right down here and figure out your competitive advantage. So let's open that one up. Here we are inside of competitive advantage. Just click Get Started, and it's going to give you a prompt on what to do next. So each one of these can work on its own. So you can see we've already gotten company name and everything from what we sell and who we sell it to. We've copied that out of the doc with the power offer, and we're going to put it into this agent. Paste, run. Okay, so here's our competitive edge research report for Make Money Easy. So it's going over the overview of a personal finance mindset transformation, what's included. Now remember, I didn't do any of this research. It did it all for me. What's included? Make Money book, emotional and mindset tools, real life stories and lessons, strategic financial guidance, access to a broader ecosystem, challenges that it solves. Somebody might say, I feel overwhelmed by finances and don't know where to start. I've always felt stuck or ashamed when it comes to money. Uh, Traditional finance advice feels cold and impersonal. And then it's giving us why we would choose Lewis's program. Mindset first approach, written by a proven mentor, accessible yet transformative. You're going to be part of a growth driven community. And then it's going to go into key differentiating factors. So let's say you're trying to land a huge client like Lewis. You have to know all of these details before you even meet with anyone on his team. In addition, if you're building this for yourself, you can see it's giving you the exact things of what you need to focus on to make you different from your competition. Moving into key differentiating factors, some great ones right here. Results and success stories, pulled all of these. I didn't have to do any of this research. Who's this for? It broke down his ideal customer profile. Adults feeling stressed or anxious about money, fans of personal growth and spirituality, individuals recovering from financial trauma or self worth issues. And you can see this is becoming a foundational document to know more about his customers and who he's trying to target. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to paste it into our document over here. Like that color and paste. Bam. Look at this. It's a thing of beauty. Okay. Quick review. Control A, select all, Control C. And we're taking everything that we've put in this document so far from what we sell to our ideal customer profile. And we're going right back to our 7-figure document here. And what's next? We're going to actually break down the ideal customer profile with the alchemist. We're going to go ahead and click get started. Remember, each one of these can work on its own, but we have all of this data that we're bringing over into it. So it's asking for company name, website, stuff like that. We're just going to paste in everything that we've already pulled, Control V, and hit go to work. Presto, time to turn soulful finance into strategic firepower. And again, make money easy. He's a B2C, so it doesn't have a specific company that it's targeting. His primary audience is going to reside in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, urban, digitally connected. And it's giving us all the rundowns on annual revenue of his target audience, internal signals, key pain points, pulled those out. And what we're going to do with all of this information is guess what? We're going to cut and paste it and put it into that document once again. So right now, this really cool thing to kind of outline with the ideal customer profile. That's what ICP means, the details. It's going into the psychodemographics. It's going into behavioral insights. It's going into cultural and regional nuances. And then the competitive landscape that he's actually competing in, who his competition is. I mean, you guys have probably heard of like Dave Ramsey, right? Susie Oman. So it's showing who the competition is and how he needs to be different than them right below it. So his differentiating factor is that he goes with emotion first and that he is trauma aware and spiritually grounded, which his other ones don't do. So just going over the summary, because I'm not going to go through this whole thing for time constraints. Your ideal customer profile is a spiritually conscious, emotionally aware adult, mostly women from ages 28 to 45 who are stressed about money, but resistant to traditional cold finance advice. Does that sound like the other two that are the competitors? It does to me. What converts them is not budgeting tools. It's healing their emotional relationship with money, finally believing their worth, wealth, and doing it in a way that aligns with their life's purpose. So whether you're building one of these for someone like Lewis or you're building it for your own business, imagine having this much insight into what your competition's doing and what you need to do to differentiate yourself to stand out in the marketplace. Then layer on top of that, just not only your own personal leverage of having that clarity, AI agents teams of them trained on exactly who you sell to, what their pain points are, and why they buy. So again, very simply, we're building out this foundational document. So we're going to copy and we're going to come back over here to our Google Doc and just simply Control V it in. And there we go. There's our final ICP summary. Everything's sitting right here that can be accessed by anybody in your company, anybody in Lewis's company, or the team of AI agents that can be programmed on this foundational document. So far, we've figured out the product market fit. We've developed the elevator pitch, the power offer. We've also gone into competitive advantage as well as the ideal customer profile. And just so you know, we've really only scratched the surface. After knowing your ideal customer profile, the next step is creating your buyer persona and really delving deep into all of the things that they think about and how to actually market to them. Now, I'm thinking that maybe instead of just Lewis, you comment below your favorite influencer or business mogul. Maybe it's a Alex Ramosi. Maybe it's a Cole Gordon. Maybe it's Gary V. I don't know. Whoever you want me to dive into, comment their name below. And in the next video, we'll delve into their buyer personas of who they actually sell to and why those people buy from them. And just so you know, I've been in your shoes. This can seem overwhelming, but what I'm sharing with you, this foundational skill of building these documents, this is what's imperative in today's landscape of AI to make sure it's trained with a knowledge base so you can leverage a skyscraper on top of it. If you don't build one of these documents for your offer or whoever you're working with, you're just building on sand. And this is your boy Ian asking you to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.